Hey guys, MGH here and welcome to something a little bit different today. It's been a while since I did a kind of match review of an Arsenal game that I've just watched. I've literally just finished watching the Arsenal-Manchester United game, or should I say the Man United-Arsenal game, because it was at Old Trafford, and it's always a very interesting fixture, so I thought why not simulate the game on FIFA 17, see what kind of result we get, although the lineups are not going to match the lineups that played today. For example, Ibra didn't play and he is in this game, but either way, it's going to be something in the background for you to watch while I discuss the game. So of course, if you have not seen the game and you don't want to see, the result or hear about the game, then obviously this is not the video for you, so just click away and you can watch Match of the Day or whatever it is that you use to watch the highlights tonight, because I will be discussing the result straight away and I don't want to spoil it, but to be honest, if you don't want to know the result, why would you click this video? So anyway, let's get straight into it. So basically, if I'm to sum up the game in a few sentences, Manchester United deserved to win this game. They played much better than Arsenal did. Arsenal were not at the races today at all, as they always are in the game against Manchester United at Old Trafford. We never turn up. It's pretty much the worst fixture we have all season. But somehow we managed to steal a point towards the end of the game when Giroud came on, and he literally saved the day for us. And Oxlade-Chamberlain, what a cross that was. So first of all, Man United fans, I can only apologise. It's hilarious. Oh my God, that was a good shot from Herrera. Good save, check. It's obviously quite hilarious as, a rival to Manchester United. Arsenal can just come to Old Trafford, play like absolute shit and still not get beaten. But after all, I do feel kind of bad for you guys because I know how that feels. It's so frustrating. Manchester United definitely deserved to get the 3 points today, but I guess they just weren't clinical enough. They had many more chances. And Arsenal I think it was four attempts on goal, only one on target, and that was, of course, the Giroud header towards the end of the game. Look at that Ibrahimovic trying to backheel there. That is naughty. But as I'm sure all of you are aware, football is not really about performances, it's about results. And, I actually feel like I should probably say something good about Arsenal straight away, and that is, I feel like this team has built almost a bit more of a resistance to it. I feel like this is the kind of game that we would have lost 3, maybe even 4-0 a couple of seasons ago, whereas lately we've been able to grind out these games. Even when we're not playing well, we're picking up points, and that is a huge thing. I think that is a huge improvement in the Arsenal system over the last few seasons, because we've been so easy to beat when coming up against the big teams. But I'd say over the last 18 months or so, we are looking a lot better when it comes to these big games. We might actually have a chance here. Oh, Iwobi's fallen over. Oh, dearie me. But talking about Manchester United, I thought Mourinho's lineup was pretty much spot on. I know defensively they've had some issues with injuries, suspensions, whatever. They played a very weak back four. I think Valencia was fantastic at right back. And to be honest, when I saw the lineup and I saw, Rojo and Jones, I just thought to myself, oh, we're in here. Iwobi, you've got to finish it, son. I honestly thought that today was our big chance. Just like last season, I thought we are going to win, finally, at Old Trafford. But United defensively were absolutely spot on tonight, except from the goal, which was pretty poor defending. Letting a big guy like Giroud have loads of space to power a header into the back of the net, it was pretty poor. But throughout the rest of the game, I thought they were very, very impressive. And that is, I think that's a good thing for United fans. I think a lot of people don't think Rojo is actually that good. I don't think many people think Jones is actually that good. He's not really filling that potential, or fulfilling that potential, I should say. So it's definitely good for United fans to see that these guys can actually play. And even Darmian, although he was a bit reckless in the first half, he got a couple of bad challenges in there, got himself a yellow card. He did okay until he was substituted off. So I think, first of all, United definitely deserve to be congratulated on their defensive performance. And going forward, although I think at times they were a little bit disjointed, a little bit slow, I think as soon as Rooney came on, and obviously Mata had a bit more freedom, and we had Rashford go out onto the left side, who, by the way, I think should be playing as a striker. That's a poor pass. I think as soon as he went out onto the left mid, you can see how much energy and how much of a nuisance he can be compared to Martial, who I think has actually not done too well since, well, pretty much. I remember when he first came and obviously had that debut against Liverpool, I thought, wow, they've got themselves a seriously good player here. But since then, I haven't really seen it. So Rashford, I think, is better in pretty much every single way at the moment, even while playing out of position on the wing. But let's talk about the Manchester United goal. Juan Mata, very, very good finish, very difficult technique. And probably, I remember the commentators saying at the time that he was probably the only player you'd want that ball to land to in that situation because he's got such good technique with that left foot. If it fell to a right footer, I don't think it would have gone in the back of the net. But lovely work down the right side, and I feel like maybe Arsenal could have done a lot better, especially Monreal. He fell to the floor and he wasn't quick enough to run back and defend. So maybe if he did, we would have seen a different result today. And also Coquelin, who was marking Mata at the time, just let him drift in to the edge of the box, and he was well open and easy enough to score. But it is a very difficult finish, and Mata, he's got some great techers. He really does. He's a great player, and it was a very nice finish and completely deserved at the time. Normally when Arsenal concede, I'm like, no, this is so frustrating. But at the time I was actually thinking, yeah, it's probably right that we've conceded there. We have not been playing well. So, of course, the usual Arsenal response there is to collapse, right? To concede a couple more goals. And to be honest, it looked like that United were going to make it 2-0 very soon after. A couple of chances here and there. Rooney, I think, almost came close. Almost broke through the defence. And I thought to myself, yeah, we're just going to fall apart here. But actually, I was quite impressed. I think it took a little bit too much time for Wenger to make the subs. I felt like we should have been substituting in, especially Xhaka, I think a bit earlier on, just to solid up our midfield. El Neni was a little bit unreliable today. That was close. De Gea well caught, or getting out quickly there off his line. I feel like maybe Wenger takes too much time to make substitutions. And that can be very frustrating as a fan because we can all see where we're going wrong. We can all see who should come on, and it just takes forever. But the big change for me was Oxlade-Chamberlain at right back. I haven't seen it done for a long, long time where you're bringing on a winger at right back and taking off your right back. Jenkinson, who, by the way, there's a lot of pressure on him, and I think he did okay, you know. Not brilliant, but not bad. I think Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain came on and just had a burst of energy, and combine that with Giroud in the box and having two wingers, Walcott and Oxlade, down that right side. That is what got us back in this game because Oxlade was able to break through past Rashford, made him look like a school kid. He just could not defend against him. Oh, hang on, we might be in here. Go on, Ozil, play it back in. Oh, it's a pen. That's a pen, ref. Come on. And it goes in. Oh, unfortunately not. But basically, I feel like when Oxlade-Chamberlain came on, it meant Walcott could go a bit more central. And when he did go central, there was more space on the right side. And Oxlade-Chamberlain, towards the last few minutes of the game, burst forward, whipped it in. And, of course, Giroud, back post, is completely unmarked. And he scores a beautiful, powerful header. And I think, once again, he's showing that he should really be in this first team. But I don't see how he fits in if we have, obviously, Sanchez trying to play a bit more central. I found Sanchez a little bit frustrating to watch there. He was dropping way too deep. At times, he was playing in midfield, and that meant we had no focal point. There was nothing up front, and Ozil was not having a great game either. Well, here's Theo. Oh, hang on. Oh, too much passing, Arsenal. Just have a shot, will you? Here we go. Ozil. Oh, good tackle from Valencia, who, by the way, got man of the match. Well deserved. I thought Valencia was very, very good today. Now, I want to briefly talk about the season so far for Arsenal. I think a lot of people presume that we're, in really good form right now. Of course, we are completely unbeaten in all competitions since the loss at Liverpool in the first game of the season. But I just want to remind some Arsenal fans that actually, along the way, we've had some pretty poor performances. Think of, the Middlesbrough 0-0. Burnley was a scrape. It really was a scraped 3 points. You've got to think of these performances as going down as a good result, but not playing very well. But I mentioned at the start, it's about results. And results-wise, we are looking pretty good right now. I mean, it takes a lot to be unbeaten across all competitions, especially in the Premier League. We've got the most points away from home in the Premier League season so far, and that is a very, very strong stat. It's just a shame we couldn't continue that today at Old Trafford. But to round it up, guys, I think Arsenal they're doing well. I do think we're going to be better off this season than in the last 2 or 3. Even if we don't make it into the top 2, I think we will still finish stronger. But I think other teams have caught up a little bit. Last season was obviously a very odd season, so I almost don't count it with Leicester winning and Arsenal somehow finishing in second. But I think we are looking good. I think Manchester United needed the win today, and they could not win. And it's a big shame for United fans because I think they needed that today. And most of all, Mourinho needed it. But a 1-1 draw in the end was a decent result for Arsenal, a poor result for United, and it should have been an easy win for Man United in the end. And just like in this game, it finished in a draw. That's my thoughts on the match, guys. I'm hoping you enjoyed this video. Maybe next time I could do a longer simulation match and talk a little bit in more detail. But I wanted to get my main points out there. I think there's still a long way to go for United. I think Mourinho is building something there. I think there's a couple of positions they need to strengthen in and obviously get suspended players back. Like if Ibra was playing today, it might have been a different result. And for Arsenal, I think we're in a good position right now. We shouldn't panic. A draw at Old Trafford is not awful considering we played so badly.